Hello and welcome. My name is Fernando Domínguez. I am based in Bogota, Colombia, South America. This, what we're showing today here, is basically a demo dashboard or a sales dashboard in this case, where we will do a quick tutorial so that you can get hands on and see what you're watching and actually know the value of what business intelligence actually is. Business intelligence, in a nutshell, is uh, the tools that make your business decisions just better informed, right? So what can we uncover on the data, on your data, being sales data, purchase data, whatever it is? Data is everywhere, right? It lives in our softwares, it lives in our apps, it lives in our Excel sheets, and a bunch more things, right? Or sources. But the true power is how we can actually get the data, clean it, and actually visualize it so that we can make better decisions. If you're watching this dashboard on your smartphone, please go into the bottom right hand corner. You will see a percentage, set it at 70% so that you can see it more clearly. So, what are we watching here? Sales dashboards. Just relate. This may not be a dashboard that is exactly what you work on or the industry you're on, but it will be easy to relate once we start to talk about it. Okay, we have three buttons. We have sales overview, sales by brand, and sales by city. We can obviously see by the sizes that sales overview is like the general dashboard, which is designed so that top tier employees can actually detect quicker and faster opportunities or obstacles. And sales by brand and sales by city are obviously a little like dashboards designed so that we can dig a little deeper, be it by those same top tier employees or small or lower tier employees. Let's dive into the sales dashboard. If we click here, we're going to zoom it in a little bit so that you can see comfortably. We can see that in the sales overview, we start with sales and variation, and we have a date slicer here. We can actually shift the dates to whatever we want to see. Let's say we want to see April. Well, we're going to see things change in the dashboard. So so that you can see this change, I did that, and everything is dynamic, so you can actually click everywhere you want, and things start to change around. I'm not going to show you lower below this visual for now. So we can see that on top we have we have squares that basically tell us a summary of what we're actually seeing because the eye cannot grasp that much information at once. We can see the current sales, the accumulated sales, we can see the average sales per month, right? The variation of the year over year. So what is May against May last year? So we can see that May last year is 46K. The current month on May this year is 55K. That's a variation of 18.9%. So that is what's going on here. We can actually see the accumulated sales. So what is, if we have the slicer here, so what is that, the slicer from February to May last year versus February to May this year? You can actually wonder what is this green line here. It's the variation year over year. And why are there zeros here? Well, obviously, where this means that we did not have information from 2022 starting September. So that's why it doesn't have anything to compare to. But October forward, it does. Now let's go to this next section. We have the same filter. If we change the filter here, we can actually see the same filter change on all of our report. So you can see 430, that's April the 30th, and here as well. So we don't have to click anymore. Let's go back to May. The average ticket size is one of the most important things for many companies. It's how many customers went into your shop, into your store, into your business, and what is the average ticket sale. So how much they're buying on average. We can see here, if we go into the analysis part of things, we can see that one of the biggest sales we have is on December. We can see we can go back here up top. We can see that it's 52K, right? It's one of the biggest selling months of the year. And but it's one it but the average ticket price goes down big time. So what's going on here, right? We can compare it to a February month where we have about half of those visitors, but the average ticket size is much bigger. So data supports us, right? But now we have to see and execute changes. So if we see this, then we can actually dig a little deeper and say, okay, what went on? What happened on December? We had a lot of clients, a lot of customers came into our shop. Why is it so low? And maybe we can actually see that we did not have the amount of staff required to follow up with these customers, to help these customers find what they were looking for. Right? It's a crazy month, so we can actually make those changes for December next year and see if that solved the problem. Right? Let's go back to sale. Let's go now to sales by brand. Sales by brand is the next block. In this case, for this demo, this business has a lot of brands. It has a lot. It has around 50 brands, and we can actually see that for May, uh, the biggest selling brand is brand name number 44, right? 14% of all of the sales on May came from brand 44, and so on. They are from the highest brand, from the highest selling brand to the lowest selling brand. This helps us a lot. Obviously, we can actually see what's going on with these brands based on their percentage here, and we can actually see out of the 47 brands that we have, we activated or we sold 31 brands. And we can actually see that increase year over year of 25%. What's going on the right? So we can see by brand, I actually sorted it out by our current sales, and we compare it to last year's sales. So May last year, what happens here? We have three brands that are the top tier brands on sales, and they don't have a last year. Well, they were not selling on May 2023. So that's why we're seeing this number alone with no comparison. So that is good. We have new brands that are selling the most, which actually helps me a lot to see if the decision I made was correct. So what we can go now is just see the other brands that are established and had sales. Did they increase? Did they drop? What happened? Right? We can actually detect here that brand number 14. If I click it here, it fell 35%. That is a big chunk, right? That is a big decrease from 4,500 from $4,600 to $3,000. So if I click it here, I can actually see what's going on with the brand. You can see that it's dynamic, as I told you. How many customers did the amount of customers decrease? Yes, it decreased. So a lot less and less people are buying my brand. We need to talk to we need to make some changes. We need to see if it was inventory, if it's that we changed like the new model or something happened, obviously, which made this decrease. So that's why data always helps, guys, always helps us to make real life changes on the go and not wait until things just disappear or crumble. Let's go by sales by city. We can see sales by city here. I'm gonna click it here so we can see it. Sales by city. So we can see that we have New York, Miami, Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Dallas. The biggest selling city is New York with 24% on this month. And we can actually see the variances. All of our cities increased on sales. So this helps us a lot to get a grasp of what's going on a city by city basis. Obviously, it depends on real life stuff, right? So if Dallas was a new was is a new shop and it went from 5 to 10K, then what is expected, right? It started on last year, and then it just got stronger over time. And then finally, sales by client. We can actually see which clients are domestic, which ones are international, and this actually helps us with marketing campaigns, right? If we know that by shop we have 40% of international customers, well, we should actually activate, do something about it, right? What are they buying? What do they like? And actually, and also focus on our domestic clients. What are they buying? What do they like? And then we can activate. And we can actually fulfill the needs of our clients and see the current sales by client name. Now, let's dive deeper. If we already saw this general overview or sales overview, and we actually detect something, let's go by sales by brand. We see the same summary that we had on the sales overview up top, and then we actually see a new block, which is sales by cohort and brand. We actually grouped the brands by sales tiers, right? By cohorts on sales tiers. So we can see that actually our group number one increased by 98%. That is awesome. So let's go and dive a little bit deeper. We can click here first here, and we can actually see something. Look at this. It was good news when we saw the 98%, but look, two of the out of the four brands are new brands. So actually, our established brands, number 14 and number 8, went down big time, 35% and 73%. What's going on? Are these two brands competing against each other? Or what is going on here, right? Because it's not good news if we see that it went up, but actually we dive deeper and then we notice that other brands are pulling it down, right? This is what we can see here, and actually we can see another important thing on our left on our pie chart. We can see by group. Group number one, which by brand sells more than $4,000 by month. We can see that it represents 36% out of the total sales. That is big time. Now let's go back and go on sales by city if we're going to dig deeper. The same summary here. We have the average ticket size by city, so that is pretty cool. We can actually see that Dallas is the worst performing one. We want to pull those the average ticket price from 171 possibly to 262, which is San Francisco, the top tier city, and share by city, so we can see the behavior of our cities by sales percentage month by month. So we can actually see our eyes can actually see which one is getting stronger and which ones are getting weaker. I can actually see that New York is getting stronger. So right at 14, 18, and now we're standing at 24%, which is really great. Um, Now, sales by city by day, this helps a lot. This actually helps us manage how much we're gonna how well equipped and which staff do we need for each day. So if we have here say the sales share, 24% of come from 24% of sales come from New York. I want to actually see it by day. We can see that Tuesday is one of the best days. Tuesdays and Fridays. We can actually schedule on Wednesday, maybe more like inventory flows. If we need to stock inventory on our shops, we can actually do it on Wednesdays, which is not that chaotic. And on Tuesdays and Fridays, have our best staff on each shop, right? So this is it. This is the brief overview. This is the walkthrough of our demo dashboards. Hope you like it. I'm gonna leave a link of what we do and how you can contact us if you're interested on working with us. We would actually love it. And if you're wondering what our slogan means in Spanish, it's watch and grow. So if you're watching, if you're actually analyzing something, it helps you grow. So that is our motto. Hopefully, you like this tour, and we can see you on our next encounter. Sorry. See ya.